Alright, in this video, I'm going to be talking about if statements. So, if statements are basically the most basic way. That's funny because I said basic twice, like in one sentence. Okay, but basically, they are the most basic way you can do decision making in your Python program. Okay, what it is I'll just show you with this program, and then I'm going to go line by line and describe what it does, and then you will understand what an if statement does. So it's a little bit different from the previous videos that I recorded, but um, yeah, you have no choice but to listen. So we start in line one. And then yep. Okay, in line one we have br is equals to 1, so we are creating a variable br with the value 1, which is an integer. Then next line we do the same, but the name is gyat, and the value is 2, the numeral 2, integer 2. Line 3 we have nothing, and then now here we got new syntax. So now in line 4 we have if br equals gyat colon. What does that even mean, right? So in Python, we can do this thing called writing like logic statements, or just writing statements, right? What it is basically this. It is this thing. So let's say we have br equals gyat, right? What does that mean? Okay, so you see, we have br equals gyat. Basically, what it means is br equals to gyat question mark. It means that. And what it does is, if you write this, let's say we just write this in the program. Remember how I was talking in the past few videos, I've talked a lot about functions and things. Yeah, functions spitting out values. From now on, I'm not going to say spitting out. From now on, I'm going to say functions returning values. Returning values are. All you need to know is that the word returning, it just means it's spitting that value and putting it at where it is. Meaning, like I was talking last time, I was talking about let's say string to change the value of br into a string, right? Then I said last time, it will spit out the value of br, a new value of a new value of br as a string. At that place, it will spit it out there, right? Basically, returning means everything I just said. So if you write down this statement here, br equals to gyat, it will return whether br is equals to gyat. So it will return whether br is equals to gyat. Okay, now here's where the if stuff is. Okay, if br is equals to gyat, then it will return true, the boolean true. Okay, I remember I was talking about booleans in the previous video. Okay, it's coming now. Okay, if br is equals to gyat, return true. But if it's not equals to gyat, if br is not equals to gyat, it returns false. It returns the boolean value false. It returns the boolean value true. And that's what this statement does, this logic statement. So br equals gyat, in this case, it will return false. Meaning here, it returns false. And you know what, let's not get into this. Let's test that first, okay? So again, we print this, okay? False. So our guess was correct. It prints out this false. And then just to show you guys, right? Okay, we're checking the type because I said it was a boolean, right? But you guys don't believe me, right? So it's a boolean. See, it's a boolean. Okay, thanks for telling me this, Nikki. But how does this play into if statements? Wait, just wait first. Okay, just wait. So if you can just do equals only, then it's very boring. Okay, so we need more spice in our life. Okay, That's why we don't just have equals equals, we got other stuff. So this means bruh equals to gyat. Okay, the next one, this it returns whether bruh is not equals to gyat. Or in other words, this is asking, is bruh not equals to gyat? Meaning if they're not the same, it will return true. Okay, I hope you understand. If bruh is not equals to gyat, then this statement is true. Okay, so now now we got some other stuff. Now let's say let me think. No, because it's so simple, we don't have so many things to compare to. Alright, how about this? We can also do things like this. Okay, we can also do things like in this here, we can do bruh plus gyat is the same as 3. So this will return whether bruh plus gyat is equals to 3. Meaning if bruh plus gyat is equals to 3, it returns true. So again, we check. So bruh plus gyat equals to 3. Equals to 3. It's true. It's true. And then so you can combine that math stuff and then do it and put it into logic statements like this. Okay, but again, if it's just like that, it's damn boring, right? So don't worry, I got other stuff to show you. Now we can do more things. Now let's say we have bruh equals to gyat equals to gyat. Watch what happens if we just put a not in front. Okay. Okay. It returns true. Wait. Nikki. Bruh equals to gyat is false. Bruh equals to gyat is false. So why did it return true? Because there's a not there. Okay, think about it like this. Now the statement here is basically asking, is bruh equals to gyat not true? Okay, if you don't get that, you can think of it a different way. You think about it like this. The not just changes or inverts the value here. Meaning, if there's a true here, the not will turn into a false. If there's a false here, the not will turn into a true. I forgot to mention this, but booleans only have 2 values. So, you know, in strings there are infinite values because there are infinite strings, right? In numbers, same thing, infinite numbers, right? For booleans, there are only 2 values. There's only true and false. So that not basically inverts it to the other form. Alright. Yeah, that's not. Okay. Now I got, okay, but again, I'm not done yet. There's still more stuff. Now I'm going to show you about and or. And or. Okay, let me just remove this because it's like pointless for now. So and or. Let's look at and first. So now let's say, okay, bruh equals gyat and bruh plus gyat is equals to 3. For this entire statement to be true, bruh must be equals to gyat and bruh plus gyat must be equals to 3. So now think in your minds, does this statement return true? If you said, yeah, it does return true, you are wrong. Because bruh is not equals to gyat. 1 is not equals to 2. For this statement to return true, it must be a not equals. And then if we just print this out, It's true. Oh, okay, there's another one. Hold on. It's true. So, if there is an and in this statement, these two substatements must both be true in order for the overarching logic statement to be true. So that's and. That's and. Okay. Now let's do or. So or will be br equals gyat, or br plus gyat is equals to 3. Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. So what or is remember how I said for and both sub-statements must be true for the entire statement to be true. Now for or only one, a singular one of the sub-statements must be true. Only one. If all the others if 1,000 are false but one statement one sub-statement is true, then the entire or statement that is 1,001 sub-statements long the entire thing is true. Now let me show you. Br equals gyat will return false because br is not equals to gyat. Br plus gyat will return true because br plus gyat is 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So since one of them is false, but at least one is true, this overarching statement here will be true. You see this? This is false, this is true. But because of the or, then this entire statement is true because with the or, only one substatement needs to be true. If I change this to an and, then it'll be false, true, false. Because for and, every single substatement must be true. If one substatement is false, the entire statement is false. So you must be thinking, okay, I guess this is the end, right? Wrong. Because let's get more into numbers now. For this, right, this entire thing was about numbers. Because bro is equals to 1, gyat is equals to 2, right? But let's say we do a different variable because this works for all types of values, okay? So let's say we have a is equals to hello, b is equals to hello. You see, those are strings, those values are strings, right? But this works. It works because a, the string a is the same as the string b. You see that? It's equal. So you can compare any type of value when you're doing these statements, these logic statements. But now let's look into specifically numbers. There are some logic statements, some comparisons that you can only do with numbers for your level. Okay. So now let's look at yep. So we have br, we have gyat up there. Let me just show you another thing. The lesser than, the higher than, lesser than or equals to, higher than or equals to operations. Quote-unquote operations what? Those four symbols there, like this counts as like one lah. Okay, I know there's two, but like yeah, it is yeah. So those four symbols there, they do comparisons or they facilitate logic statements for numbers only. For numbers only. And I show you a few I show you like two the other few you know already. Let me show you the less than operation br br less than gyat. Okay, wait, that's like, hold on, let me just remove this. Okay, br less than gyat, this will return whether br is less than gyat. So tell me is the number 1 less than the number 2? Oh, I don't know. I need to code an entire computer to check if this statement is true. It's true. 1, bruh is less than gyat. 1 is less than 2. So I think you can guess this what this one does. Okay, but then Nikki, what's this less than then got equal, then higher than equal? Those who have studied math, you will know. Those who have studied math, you know about the lesser than or equals to, higher than or equals to operations. Listen to how I said the name of this symbol here. Lesser than or equals to. Wait, okay, Nikki. I think I'm starting to form a brain from your teaching because you're a very good teacher. I'm starting to form a brain. And are you saying that this, okay, this is equals to this? And my answer to you is yes. So this statement here is checking if bro is less than gyat or if bro is equals to gyat. And this they are the same. And I will prove it to you here. I mean, I seriously don't understand why I'm proving to you because it's obviously the same but I am teaching a lesson for beginners. So it's the same. They are the same. And what this does is it just checks whether, yeah, I'm not repeating out the entire thing. If you know what a number line is, you can draw it out yourself. And then it's the same for this one. It's the same. Okay, Nikki. I mean, this is quite interesting. Yeah, we can use the computer to check these statements, but how do we use it, or how does this tie into the if statement thing to make decision making, which is what you said at the start? Now we bring in if statements. So let's make new variables. Let's say A and B. Okay, let's make A let's make A 5 and then B 6 or whatever. Okay, now let's come up with an actual example. Okay, let's say your age is 18, and then let's say drinking age is 18. Okay, or you know what, we've learned about input, right? So let's change this to input. Let's change the input. Now the if statements come in. Okay. I probably shouldn't have written this. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't just ignore that because you guys don't know what's going on. Right? No. Show you that. Yep. Okay. Let me show you the syntax for if statements again. If your age is lesser than drinking age. This is the syntax. The syntax is if, then that logic statement. So okay, let me write down in comments. Okay, the syntax is if logic statement, then there's a colon. Okay, what this is saying is if this logic statement is true, run the following code below. Run the following code below. So let's say your code has like some code like this some code like this Notice how now there's suddenly this indentation here of consisting of 4 spaces, or basically you press tab. If you press tab on your keyboard in the PyStart interface, it will automatically put 4 spaces. So what is this 4 spaces? What does this mean? This if statement says if this statement is true, the following code below, you run it. And how can it tell what code belongs to the if statement? With this indentation here. So the moment there is a new indentation, for example, this new indentation is 0 indentation, this code does not belong to the if statement. Meaning, if your age is below the drinking age, run this code. Not this, because the indentation here is different from the indentation here. meaning this code belongs to this if statement. So if your age is below the drinking age, you run this code. So okay, Nikki. So if this statement is true, okay, it will run the code that belongs to the if statement. Then what happens if the statement is false? If the statement is false, then okay, let's say a program is going down. La da da, I'm going down. I'm going. Oh, make a variable. Oh, make a variable going down. Once it reaches here, it will check if this condition is true. If it is false, the if condition is okay, you don't run the code that I own. You just skip me. Then the program will be okay. So from here, it will skip all the way until after the code that belongs to if statement. I say again, if this statement is false, the program will go, okay, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. Oh, hello if statement. Yes, hi. Is your statement true? Oh, no, my statement is false. Skip the code that I own. Then the program will go, oh, okay. So, let me see. Oh, this one, oh, he own. This one, oh, he own. This one, oh, oh, this one, he don't own. So, I will start running code from here only. I will skip the code here. And that's how if statement works. Let me show you now. So let's say you are not allowed to drink water. Okay. Hello. And then okay, we can keep that there. So now I want to test that this statement is true. Negative 100 and negative 146 is lesser than 18, which means this statement will now be true. So what happens when I press enter? When I press enter, this variable will be created. We will go here, the program will go here, the program will ask if statement, hey, is your age lesser than drinking age? Or in other words, is 146 lesser than 18? Then if statement will go, oh yeah, my condition is true. Please run my code. The program will go, okay. The program will go here, will run this code, then it will exit. Then you run hello. So what you should see is you are not allowed to drink water and hello. And this is what I removed just now. Remember a long time ago, I said that these symbols here, or these operations for comparison, only work with numbers. Do you see what we've done here? One lesson ago or 2 lessons ago, I said that input spits out strings. Or in other words, or in the new terminology, input returns strings. Then you see what we're doing here or not? We are doing a string. Is the string lesser than the numeral 18? That doesn't make sense. Because just now I already say, you can only do these comparisons if you're comparing numbers. So now it's kind of like that thing with the math when I was talking about variables. We need to convert this into an integer. And then now we can try. So 146. Again, I'm not gonna explain everything I just explained. So we got it. You are not allowed to drink water. Hello. It works. Okay. Let's try a different scenario now. Let's say we want to test if this statement is false. So the expected thing is the program will come here. Hey, is your statement true? Oh no. My statement is false. Please skip me. Skip the code I own. Then the program will go, oh okay. So this code is owned by this if statement because of the indentation. Then you come here. Okay, this code is no longer owned by the if statement, so I'll run this code. I'll run this code. So because now this statement is false, this code will not run, and we should see just print hello. So let's say this, and that's what we get. And this is decision making, because let's say you're making you're coding a vending machine which has water. Then the vending machine is supposed to ask the user, oh, what's your age? And then if the age is lesser than the drinking age, then the vending machine will say, oh, you're not allowed to drink water. But what if your age is higher or equals to the drinking age? In other words, what if your age is not less than the drinking age? So you can do this a few ways. Number one, you could do it like this. You can make an entirely new if statement. If your age is lesser than drinking age not, that means you are allowed to drink water. And if you run this, and then let's say our age is 18, you are allowed to drink water. Remember what not does? In simple terms, it takes the logic statement and then it flips it around. So this actually returned false. But because of the not, it returned true. And that's why this code runs. So this is way one. This is way number one. Way number two is, okay, let me put this in comments. Way number two is this. If your age is higher or equals to drinking age, then this. Okay, why does this work? Basically, if your age is lesser than drinking age, then do this. If your age is not less than the drinking age, mathematically speaking, your age must either be higher or equals to drinking age. If you don't understand this, go back to kindergarten, okay? I'm not here to teach basic math, I'm here to teach Python. So I'm just going to leave it as that. And then this will work. This will work. So if I say 18 again, then you say, oh, you're allowed to drink water. But here is the last method which has new syntax. So now instead of just leaving it at this, we can actually add this keyword, else. So what does this else thing do? Basically, if this statement is false, this triggers. I'm going to put it in layman terms. If this statement is true, then you do this code. Else if this is not true, do this code. Okay, so that's if statements, else statements. But there's one thing that I've not taught you yet. It is another command in the if statement, which is called elif. It's called elif. And what is elif? Elif is basically if the first if statement is false, it will do another if statement. So then let's say elif, your age is lesser than 4, boy you young. So now if we do, let's say we are 3 years old, the program will go here, oh, hey, if statement, is your thing true or not? Then it will go, oh yeah, it's true, run this code. My question to you now is, does this code run? Think about it, does this code run or not? Again, it's not an if, it's an elif. It does not. Because listen to what I said just now. I said that this is another if that will run if this is false. So look at the code now and think for a moment. Will this code ever run? In this case, will it ever run? The answer is no. The answer is no. Because if your age is lesser than the drinking age, then this will be true, then this will never run. For this to be false, your age must be higher or equal to the drinking age. But the moment that is true, this is false, and this never runs. So actually, this code is redundant. This code is redundant because this case does not exist. So we can just remove it. Okay, that is around 30 minutes for if statements, logic statements. Yeah, so I'm just going to end it quickly by giving you your task, your assignment. So your task will be, let me think. Again, do something creative with if statements. For example, you could do a thing where you can make a variable called riz, okay? And then you can do an if statement to decide whether the person has enough riz to enter the party or something like that. Do something creative, but make sure you apply if, elif, and else. And then try to apply as many logic statements as you can for the conditions of the if statements. And that's pretty much the end of this lesson.